guys, go easy on me. This is my very first storytelling event ever! Thank you so much, you guys. All right, you guys, when I was a little girl, my mom bought a horse that was supposed to be untamable. Yes, a beautiful 14 hands, barely tall enough to be considered a horse, red and white paint, that had red hair that stuck straight up like a zebra. And she was still gorgeous. Her name was Flash, and the rumor was she got that name from basically every time she threw someone, they would see a flash of light before they hit the ground. Yeah, yes. So my mom actually bought her, even though she was known to be a horse whisperer and could tame any horse. Everyone told her no, she couldn't do it, she couldn't do it. But she did, mostly. So she'd worked with Flash quite a bit, done groundwork and Western training and all of that, and she could ride her pretty well, but she was still an unpredictable horse for other riders. But my mom couldn't keep her as her own personal horse because she was much too short and my mom was taller. So, in all of my mom's great wisdom, she decided to give her to me, her 8-year-old daughter. What could go wrong? Now, thankfully, this horse, and like so many animals, they know when something is a baby and very small. So Flash was much more gentle with me, you guys, but she was only so much more gentle. She still tested me, she still kept me on my toes and was feisty. And we were able to do a lot of training, me and her, and she was able to become a wonderful athlete, and she truly taught me how to ride. But it was like all this practice and work that we did with her, it's like she could focus, she could do it, and then she needed this outlet to be wild and crazy. Like we kept doing training to tame her, and she couldn't fully be tamed. She had to have that wildness let out. Now, I understood this and sympathized as a child, and so whenever I could, whenever my mom wasn't looking, whenever we had downtime, I would let her act out. I would let her get away with things, biting grass and eating when she had her bit in her mouth and things she weren't supposed to do, and other stuff, and letting her just be free. And our favorite activity to do, me and Flash's, was right outside the property of our house. There was the bottom of a hill, a slight hill, nothing crazy. And I would go out there, no saddle, no headstall, no helmet, no shoes, no supervision, and definitely no common sense. And I would go out there sitting like a jockey up on her back, holding on only to her mane is the only way to hang on to this horse and control her. Tucking my head in, and she'd stand there in anticipation, waiting at the bottom of the hill with me on her, waiting for a single noise. And just like that, she took off at a deadbolt run up the hill, as fast as she could physically go. I loved it, and I was also lost in that freedom and that wildness, and there bonded with her in that trust in that moment. It was our favorite thing to do. And I don't think I realized the significance of giving that to a horse at the time. But years later, when I look back at this, I realized that Flash had finally found someone who was gonna let her be free and just herself. And I think there's something about being a child where you can recognize freedom and wildness for what it is and how it should never be taken from anyone or anything's spirit. But adults forget, and so did I over time. Fast forward 2 decades later, I'm an adult and well, trying to be. I'm taming myself, you guys. It's adulting, right? And I was struggling. I was going in and out of school, college, trying to finish my business degree, working in banking, stuck in that bank all day long with those hours in that confined space, feeling like a horse myself, wanting to buck out. See, I'd grown up as a creative kid, singing, dancing, acting, riding horses, everything you could think of. So this transition into adulthood, though it had been a minute of transitioning, was difficult, and it got to a breaking point for me. In a point where I didn't need to make an agreement with a horse, but with myself. An agreement to be wild, to be free, to let that spirit and that flame in me live and breathe and find a space. And so today, I'm a game show host. Oh, that's not all. I also do tours on boats. That's right, I drive boats and give tours around Austin, you guys. Come on down, I'm on Lady Bird Lake. I do improv, you guys. I have a comedy podcast. I go to random cheese parades, that's a thing. Yes, all of these things. For the first time, too, in 7 years, I've gone back to singing. And of course, brand new, as of 5 minutes ago, I've started storytelling. Add it onto the list. Basically, I am very grateful to that horse because she taught me something about not just the spirit of animals, but of people, and the importance of letting yourself be free and wild and without restriction. Because the truth is, I and none of you, nor her, are tame.
So good. So good.
One more time for Christina.